Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another topic related to HTML basic element, where we will learn about the select statement, and this session is in the continuation of last session, because in last session we discussed how we can create a basic select option for user. Okay, but in this session we are going to talk about one more topic related to select, where we will see how we can allow user to select a multiple values from a select option. Okay, so but before we start the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because these all sessions are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic, because as I mentioned, they are all connected with each other. Now what we are going to do, we are going to start the session with basic code, and we are going to proceed in the same manner. Firstly, I'll show you all the code which is written over here, and we will write the code from scratch. So don't worry, we will cover each and everything from scratch. Then later on, I'll show you the output, and we will verify the things by the theoretical knowledge and the practical outputs. Okay. Here you can see in the code I have just noted down one question for all of you, and I request you to please do share knowledge of this question in comment section. The question is, why do we use select in HTML form? I'm sure that you know the answer of this question. In case if you don't know, don't worry, like this thing is already covered in our previous session, so you can watch that session and then you can share your knowledge in the comment section. Because sharing knowledge not only help you to learn the things, but it will also help others to understand the things which they are not aware of. So they can directly get the reference from the comment section itself. Okay, so yeah, I think now we are good to start the session. So here you can see in this basic HTML code, I have just declared one heading, which is H1. HTML by Sharmit. So if I show you the output of this thing, it will come like this, HTML by Sharmit. Okay, now what we will do, as we are learning everything in terms of forms, so let's create a basic form. So here I will write form, and in this form we would need one button, so I'll just create one button here. Button would be submit button, type would be submit, and then we are good with this. So let's save it and refresh your browser. So you can see it is coming like this, one single button. But at this stage, if I click on this button, it will do nothing. Why? Because we have not specified the page where it can navigate after submitting the form. So to apply that page, let's write here action tab, action attribute, and here we will provide the name of the page, which is tspgm10.html. Now you can save the code and refresh your browser. After refreshing the browser, when you click on the submit button, it will take you to this page, which is HTML by Sharmit. And this page is the same page which we have specified in the action attribute. Clear? So now we are ready with a form with a single button that can collect the data and submit the data to a page which is tspgm 10. Okay, fine. Now what we are going to do next, we are going to create a select field which we can use in order to provide a user a drop down option. So let's create the basic drop down thing, and then we will see like how we can allow user to select multiple. So here I will write firstly the heading H2, and in the heading we will write select for multiple values in HTML forms. Okay, now save this and refresh your browser. It is coming like this because we are using H2, so it is bit smaller than the first one. And now we are going to create the select option. So here I'll write select, and we will provide option tag here to provide the other options. Fine. So in select, first thing we need to do is specifying the name of it. So I'll specify the name as hobbies. Okay, fine. Now we will provide the option. So first option would be reading. So here I'll write reading. Similarly, I will put the value. So here I'll write value, and value would be reading itself. So now if I save it and refresh my browser, it is coming like this. Okay, only one option is specified so far. Let's add more options. So here I'll write again option. In this option I will write after reading we can write music. Value would be music itself, and we know that why we are specifying values separately. If you don't know, you can refer the previous session, because this thing is already covered. Now we will specify the another thing, which is sports, maybe sports, and here we will provide the value. So value would be sports. Then we will add another option, and in this option we are going to put another hobby, which is traveling. Okay, likewise we will provide the value for this option as well. So I'll put value traveling. Now you can save the code and refresh your browser. Let me add enough line. Yeah, so let's refresh the browser. So at this stage, if you see, you can see there are multiple options available for user, but in this situation user are not supposed to select multiple values. Why? Because if you try to select music, it will close it. If you try to select sports, it will close this. Why? Because in fact if you use control, still it is not allowing you to select the multiple values. So in this option, or in this select statement, you can directly select one hobby and then click on submit, and it will take you to the next page with that particular value, which is hobbies sport. Right now we are submitting the data in get method. By default method is get method, so that's why it is showing us the result in the URL itself. Okay, so how we can make this option that user can select for multiple values? So for that we will make some changes in the program. So let's see how we will do this. So for selecting multiple values, you just need to provide one keyword in this select statement itself. So in select keyword, select tag, I'll write multiple, and then you are good to save this code again and just refresh it. So now you can see it is showing all those options together. Why? Because we are providing a way for selecting multiple values. So in this situation, user should be able to see all those options at a time, so that he or she can decide what all multiple values they want to select for their data submission. Right now we have only 4 values, but it might be possible that we have more than 4 values. So in that scenario, it would be very helpful for user to see all those values together in a field. Okay, and through this only he or she can directly select the option. So for example, if I want to select music and reading, so I can select both option by pressing control. What you are supposed to do, you can click on first option. Let me refresh it. Click on first option, then press control and select second option, and if you want to select third, fourth as well, you can select that, and then click on submit. After clicking on submit, it will take all your selected values to the next page, which is TS PGM 10, and you can see here it is showing hobbies as reading, hobbies as music, and hobbies as traveling. That means we have successfully submitted 3 values at a time to the next page. Now some of you might be thinking, is it possible to select all 4 values together? Yes, you can. So in that case, you can press control and just select all these values, and then you can click on submit. So right now you can see it has submitted all 4 values together, which is reading, music, and the next hobbies is sports and traveling. Okay, so it doesn't matter like how much values you are selecting, because if you have provided the multiple keyword in your select statement, that select tag, then in that case it will allow you to select multiple values at a time. Okay, so now you can understand like why it is very important for us, because yes, in form there are many things that we can where we can utilize this multiple select for a user. So I hope this session is clear to all of you, and now I request you to please do share the answer of this question in the comment section so that others can learn from it, and those who will provide consistent correct answer will be spotlighted in our pages, okay, and YouTube channel. So yeah, thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.